I hate when people are like, Rene, I'm scared to start a business because I might fail. When in reality, they're already failing. They're at a 9-to-5 job they hate. They're working 40 hours a week. They have no freedom and they're completely unhappy, yet they're scared of failing. You're already failing. What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing a story that I haven't shared anywhere else. How I overcame my fears and became more confident. I get a lot of DMs, I get a lot of questions of people asking, Rene, how do I face my fears of starting a business? How do I be more confident so I could talk to girls or tell my crush that I like her? Fear is a regular thing. Lack of confidence is a regular thing for a lot of people. You guys might see me on social media and think, wow, this guy's confident. When in reality, it couldn't be further from the truth. When I tell people that I'm naturally introverted, and the people that know me know that's the truth because they know I don't want to go out. They realize that I'm really good at being confident when I need to be. And it's a learned skill that I've picked up through the years. But before we get started, if you're new to this channel, my name is Rene. I talk about entrepreneurship, building a business, and overall success, whether it's relationships, whether it's life, whether it's love, whatever it is, that's what we want to do. So if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, share so the algorithm is on our side, and let's get into it. So if we're gonna get into the story, we have to start at the very, very beginning. I was raised by a single mom. She was Asian. I'm not trying to stereotype. Asians tend to be more timid. They tend to be shy. They tend to be fearful. My mom is still kind of this way. She has social anxiety. Growing up, that was the only person I could model myself after. I was really shy. In kindergarten, my first day in school, I didn't talk to anyone. Up until like 5th, 6th grade, I barely made any friends. I only made 2 friends. And the entire time, I was that shy kid in class. And everyone thought I was shy. All my teachers thought I was shy. It was just part of like how I grew up. So a lot of you guys might have the same situation where you grew up in an environment that made you shy or that caused you to be fearful of a lot of different things. Especially now in society. Society trains everyone to be fearful of everything. They're scared of failure. They're scared of starting businesses. They're scared of COVID. People are scared of everything, but that's what kills your confidence. What happened in middle school, a lot of these guys started growing muscles, started going through puberty, right? It's that awkward stage in our life. And they started talking about girls. And I remember for me, I had the same feelings, but I was a late bloomer. I didn't grow. Some of these guys got a lot taller. I didn't grow. Stayed small. My voice stayed small. Didn't get deeper. So naturally, it was easier for them to like talk to girls, get to know people, make friends. Whereas with me, I was always that small kid, little tiny voice, didn't go through puberty. I remember when all my friends started dating girls in like 7th and 8th grade, right? You have these cute little puppy dog romances. I wanted to be included in that. So I did something that scared me like nothing else. I asked a girl out, and it's really embarrassing, but I'm gonna share it with you guys. I didn't realize you had to talk to girls prior. I thought it was like a transactional thing. So I thought it was gonna be like, would you like to be my girlfriend? And she'd be like, yes. And then we'd start holding hands and stuff. That's what I thought you do to a girl when you like her. So I remember it was PE class, physical education. I went up to this girl and I went and I asked her, I was like, hey, do you wanna get with me? She was like, no. And I remember I was sitting there, I was like, okay, that's cool. And like my heart sank. This is my villain origin story. My heart sank. I was like, if you're a guy, you know what I mean. You've been to bars, clubs, you've been rejected. Don't worry, it's okay to admit it. And that made my anxiety, my social anxiety, so much worse. Now I knew what it felt like. I never wanted to feel it again. I didn't even want to go to high school with the same people because I was so ashamed. I was so shy. I didn't want to be this little nerd forever. I told my mom, hey mom, put me in a different high school. Get me somewhere else. I need to get out of here. I need a fresh start. It'll be different when I go to high school. Fast forward, I end up going to a different high school. Once I get there, I realized this was no different. It wasn't that environment that was the problem. It was me that was the problem. I had to get better. I had to become more confident if I ever wanted to succeed in the world. And it's a scary thing, right? Facing your fears, becoming more confident, it's hard. You need to take the leap. So I remember one day it was PE again. I don't know what it is with PE. I kind of did the same approach. I was like, you know what? It's been years since I got rejected. It's not gonna happen again. I'm taller now. I changed my words this time. I learned from my mistakes. I was like,
hey, do you want to date?
She was like, no. Same thing, same feeling. It was like, sinking feeling in my stomach. But then I realized something. It wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't as bad as the first one. The first one, it got me. I was floored by it. I didn't want to talk to anyone for days. The second time it happened, I was like, okay. I thought that's what heartbreak was. I was living with it. But I realized it wasn't as bad as the first one. I made it a goal. I wrote it down on a sticky note and posted it to my wall. I was like, talk to 5 people this week. I went to school and I went and talked to like 5 people and getting a gauge on how they reacted to me. Believe it or not, girls that you're not hitting on, on are a lot easier to talk to. Like friends are a lot easier to talk to. And it made me more confident. It built my confidence up to the point where I was like, cool, let me try this girl thing again. I started talking to more girls. I got rejected the second time, third time, fourth time. It happens. But every single time, one thing I realized, it started feeling less bad. This didn't make me like a super confident person overnight. Still took a couple years, but after a couple years of practicing this, I felt like I was finally cool my senior year. Everybody knew me. I had a good group of friends. I played sports. My confidence was starting to settle in. Now you guys might be thinking, how does this translate into the real world? When I got to the real world, I realized, hey, this isn't high school anymore. I have a lot of things that are at stake now. And this is how I got my first mentor. When I came to my mentor, instead of being shy and timid, not a go-getter, I told him, hey, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And he was a guy that owned like a big $1 million business. I was a kid getting my first job. I think I made $8 an hour. I went to him and I was like, whatever you want, I'll do it. And I came to him with a bunch of confidence, the same way I would go up to people in high school, the same way I would go up to people in the real world. To him, oh, this kid, he has a lot of potential. He has a lot of confidence. I can use that. These are the people that become successful. I need that in my life. So yeah, let me teach this kid. And that's exactly what happened. He took me under his wing. A lot of people think that confidence comes from having money or being successful, when in reality, it's the opposite way around. Money comes from being confident. I've been confident since before I had money, since before I had success, since before I hung out with all of these cool people. I was already very, very confident. For you guys watching this, if you're not feeling confident, you don't have to take the big risks right away. What you have to do is start taking little steps, whether it's talking to someone new or making a new friend, going up to someone in public. These little things won't end up making you confident on their own, but if you do them over and over and over again and you practice them, you become more and more and more confident, and you learn to face your fears a little bit better. Fear tolerance is a muscle. Once you face one fear, you're gonna be able to face other fears. In the same way that confidence is a muscle. Once you get a little bit confident, it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. A lot of this stuff is just practice and repetition. I started by taking little risks, talking to people. Then I made it bigger. I started talking to girls because the rejection sucks. The next task, I started taking bigger risks. I started investing my money. I started taking job opportunities that were less lucrative, but I could learn more. Now the risks I take are like $40, $50 to $100,000. I take big risks now. I've worked up that tolerance. The same thing goes for my confidence. I've built up my confidence by slowly talking to people and learning about people, because you learn about someone when you talk to them. You understand how people work. You understand what's funny. Part of confidence is understanding that you can do it. Same thing with being confident with your business. The reason businesses are scary, the reason you have fear of starting a business, is because you're afraid you might not succeed. But if you fail 10 times, that's the expectation. So if you succeed now, you're good to go. That's exactly what I did. I practiced being confident. I learned about people. I practiced failing. Someone that has failed 10,000 times, I guarantee you, is not afraid of failing 10,001 times. There's a quote and I love it, and it goes, successful people are the ones who can fail the fastest. And it's true. You have to fail in order to succeed. You have to get rejected in order to succeed. You have to practice in order to succeed. That's what I did. I practiced, I failed, I got rejected. But guess what? After a while, I started building a mental callus. I started not caring anymore. And it let me take risks that most people aren't willing to take. And that's why I have what most people don't have, because I took these risks. I failed, till eventually my confidence got built in. My confidence is a habit now. I don't have to second guess it. It's second nature. So even though naturally I want to be shy, I want to stay at home, I don't want to talk to anyone, my confidence comes out when it needs to. Whether it's talking to a stranger, meeting a new person, starting a business deal, my confidence is a tool that I always use. For everyone watching, if you want to be successful, you need to have confidence. You need to face your fears. I know it's scary. I want to give you guys actionable takeaways before the end of this video, and here they are. I'm going to give you 3 actionable takeaways. Number 1, think about the worst thing that can happen. If it's fear of getting rejected, if you go up to a girl at a club or at a bar or at a party and she rejects you, what's the worst thing that can happen? How does that affect your life? Because I know personally, it doesn't. If she rejects you, you move on. There's 1,000 girls in a club or a bar or a party that you're at. If you're scared of starting a business, what's the worst thing that can happen? You fail. You lose some money, so what? There's no real big risks at hand. People say, oh, you're gonna be homeless. Then don't invest money that you're gonna use to pay your bills. Invest money that you have on the side to start your business. That way, if it fails, nothing happens. That is the downside. That's why when I think about all this stuff, I think about what's the worst thing that can happen. I hate when people are like, Rene, I'm scared to start a business because I might fail. When in reality, they're already failing. They're scared of where they're already at. They're at a 9-to-5 job they hate. They're working 40 hours a week, making 40 grand a year. They have no freedom and they're completely unhappy, yet they're scared of failing. You're already failing. So when it comes to thinking about the worst case scenario, that's what's gonna help you overcome those fears. That's gonna help you become more confident. Number 2, the 3-second rule. The 3-second second rule is how I trained my brain. It's a training mechanism for your brain. It's how I overcome a lot of my fears. It's how I train my brain. What it is you count down from 3. And at the end, you're gonna do whatever that is. For me, I started doing it with backflips. When I learned my first backflip that helped me overcome facing my fears, it was really scary always to do them. But I told myself, I'm gonna count down from 3. When I get to 0, no matter what, I'm going to do this backflip. Whether it's starting a business, whether it's taking a risk or doing something that puts you out of your comfort zone, do the 3-second rule. But starting a business is a little more complicated. Count down from 3 and start making a business plan. Count down from 3 and start doing research. Count down from 3 and start working out. Whatever it is, count down from 3 and just go do it. And last but not least, envision everything you don't want your life to become. There's another saying and it goes, hell is on your last day on earth, you meet the person that you could have become. And pretty much they're saying, imagine you're laying in your deathbed, you're about to die. Someone walks up to you and it's you and they say, hey, this is the life you could have had. Instead, you lived this long, boring life that you hated and you were unhappy for the entire time. That's what hell is, and I 100% agree. So whenever you're feeling scared, whenever you're lacking confidence, whenever you're lacking motivation, envision what your life could be and aim for that. That mental picture of a terrible life will help you face your fears today, because that's what you need to do. Because if you don't, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna end up making that vision a reality. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my story. I hope my story can make you more confident with yourself. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for all the support, and as always, love you guys. Break rules, never make them. She act up, I replace her.